Fantastic. Okay, so welcome again, everybody. I'm so thrilled and excited to be here today. And today's training is on maximize your existence, how you can get out of the people pile. Today is the 30th of March, 2023, and is Easter season. So happy Easter to everybody. Happy Easter. So my name is Dr. Ayo Adinuga. I'm a public health physician. I'm a communication expert, and I'm also a capacity building expert. Okay, I inspire and equip leaders to achieve impact in both their personal and professional lives. And I help people actually to get to the next level in their leadership growth. So apart from that, I am a mom and a mother of 3 teenagers and a wife to one husband, a man. And so I'm excited to be here today. Before we start, everybody, can you please write in the chat where you are dialing from? Where are you? Can you please put in the chat? Let me see what people are saying. Okay, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. Fantastic. Colombia, lovely. Philadelphia, fantastic. Thank you, Laurel. That is awesome. People are joining from different places. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. And today we're going to talk about a lot of things, a lot of important things that I want to talk to you about. And it's not about how hard life is. We're not talking about the bridge that just fell down. We're not going to talk about communication skills today. Today, I'm here to talk about something important, something that is important to your life, something that has to do with your existence, productivity, fulfillment. So after this session, everybody, you'll be living with having a renewed awareness of who you are. You are going to have an increased value on your self-worth. And then you're going to have an idea of what to set you apart from others. How do you get out of the people pile? Out of the box, thinking out of the box and doing things differently. So let's go on. When we hear about high potential, or the word potential in general, what comes to your mind? Can you please put in the chat? What comes to your mind where you hear potential? Everybody, can you put it in the chat? Capacity. I see possibility for capacity. I see capacity again. What else? Any other person where you think about when you hear the word potential, what comes to mind? Okay. Fantastic. Now, I would say what would come to my mind are different things. The first thing that will come to my mind is thinking about being perfect, like you all said. The other things are being able to have a fulfilled place, being able to be above and beyond, being able to have the greatest achievement that you could have. Potential also means success to some people. It also means optimism. It also means greatness. It also means possibilities. These are the things that comes to mind when when we think about potential. The next thing I would like to talk about is all of us can't achieve our potential. It's actually, to achieve your potential, it is 20% of your skill and 80% of actually your mindset. So the psychology of the owner is the limiting factor in any business or in anyone's life, right? Now, I want to tell a story about myself, okay? How we actually have limiting beliefs or not. Now, I'm a public health physician. I've given myself to work. I believe I'm high achieving and I'm hardworking. But guess what? Recently, there was a change in structure and everything changed. And there was layoffs. And there were things that happened everywhere. But Many people believe their potential is in the things they do. But we are also more than that. We are more than where we have put ourselves in the box. We have different aspects of our lives that can actually limit us or take us out of the box. Now, I've already spoken about what potential actually would look like. Now, pause for a minute and reflect. What are you known for? So at work, and people would know me for I'm a good communicator. I'm a good I'm a relationship person. Some people say I'm an extrovert and all that. But what are you known for? For instance, I would like to be known for being a communication expert, a leadership expert, someone that also add value to people every day. So wherever the context, you are still who you are. Now, what do you want to be known for? If somebody in the chat can just unmute and introduce yourself, say your name, and say what you are known for and what you want to be known for quickly. Anybody, you can volunteer. Does anybody like to volunteer? What are you known for and what would you like to be known for?
I can go.
Yes, please.
Okay. So my name is Mma Eme, and I am a body confidence coach for women and recently started working with young girls. I help women and young girls rebuild their confidence, resilience, and well-being for success. I want to be known for making an impact in the lives of females, um, and so that they can be empowered to achieve their full potential with confidence. What I have discovered is that over the years that we're all born with confidence. If you think back to how you were when you were a young girl, a young lady, I assume we're all ladies on here, but anyway, if we're not, I apologize. But think back to when you were most confident. Usually it was when you were a child. And then somewhere along the lines, our confidence got was reduced or impacted, and it's important that we rebuild that confidence over time. Otherwise it can lead to other existing conditions, other conditions like mental health related conditions. So yeah, so that's what I want to be known for making an impact in the lives of female and across the board, both young and old.
Thank you. That is perfect. And I want to give a story. So recently I went to Orlando, Florida, and we left the airport very early. We were coming back home, and we had massive delays in time, so that at the point from 8 o'clock flight, we're there till about 2:30. Everybody was frustrated, everybody was angry, and I was like, okay, this is my John Maxwell moment to make friends and just let people know who I am. But I was just like, I just want to build relationship. And after meeting this lovely, wonderful woman, and she happened to be a physician as well. And we just hit it off, started smiling, started talking. And later on, I asked her, so what next? What do you want to do next? And she was like, she'll soon be leaving. She's a pediatrician. No, she's an anesthetist. She has a practice. She also leads management. She does training. I was like, after now, what next? And she thought and said, she's not actually sure. She hasn't thought about it yet. So guess what? And she looked like a person that has been successful, someone that has influenced a lot of lives in different capacities. But guess what? That right there is her identity. She doesn't know what the next step is, what she wants, the legacy. So she has gone from learning to being stable in life to being successful in her own age. But guess what? The next step is maximizing her existence. What next for you? What do you want to be known for? Now, I'll go on to my next slide, which is, what is my identity? And this is a time to uncover your true identity. Now, be honest about who you are. To know identity, you have to look at what is your strength. What are you really good at? Many people don't quite know what they are good at. And at that point, they are confused. They don't even know who they are. And for me, I'm good at communication. I'm good at stakeholders engagement. I'm good at teaching. I'm good at leading. I'm good at inspiring people. So recently, like I was mentioning before, we had layoff at work, and I was like, God, oh my God, who am I? Does that mean that I'm not good enough and all? And I was like, no, that's not the case. And the funniest thing that immediately I started doing consulting, got other jobs, I started doing my coaching, I started putting myself out there, I prepared to go to Florida, I met with other leaders. Your identity is not your work. Even some people is their children, like, oh, my children are not doing well. Oh God, I'm not a good mom, I'm not a good father. No, your children are not your identity either. You are a shepherd looking after your children. You are who you are, as long as you've done your best. Some people, they lose a property and they say, oh my God, I'm worthless. How could I have lost money or this property? No, that's not your identity. Your identity is in you. Is in you. Now, the second thing is, what are you passionate about? What are you passionate about? For me, I'm passionate about adding value to people. I'm passionate about helping people. I'm passionate about helping people to be successful, both personally and professionally. I like to serve. What are you passionate about? Remember that who you are is what God has made you to be. It's not what people tell you you are. It's not even about what you think you are. It's who God has said you are. We are all made in the image of God, and we are who He says we are. That is the truth. Not the facts of the economy, not the facts of your marital status, not the fact of your children's status. No, your identity is in God. Now, when you know what your identity is, what you are good at, what you are passionate at, what can separate you from others? What can take you out of the people pile? Are you still among the box, everybody just moving along the line, or you've elevated above and beyond? What can you do that is so good that people can get to say, yes, this person is this? I remember that when the work thing happened and someone had sent me an email and everything. One day, 2 days, she did not hear a response. She went to LinkedIn and looked for me. And she was like, Ayo, what's happening? You are never like this. You always respond to things immediately. So that is who you are. You're a responsive person. It's your character. It's in you. So you cannot get out of the people pile if you think or do things on an average. One of the things that separate leaders are working with urgency. Wherever you are, do you work with urgency? Do you do it now or you procrastinate? Do you respond within 24 to 48 hours to people when they send you a text or a chat? I was speaking with a lovely girl right now. I said, what do you want in a relationship? And she said, oh, I want somebody that can respond and respond quickly. If I send a text, let them just respond and say hi. So one of the things I wanted to do that I've learned is sometimes we procrastinate even as high achievers. Be known as a reliable person. If that's one of the things you want to know for, do it now. You can still do it now several times to put it in you. Do it now, do it now, do it now. I do it now because I procrastinate sometimes. Also, being resourceful, sharing information, sharing tools. Those are ways in which you can actually be different. Doing things so good that people will say, yes, this is what I know this person's for. Now, another thing that people do is to have limiting beliefs. Many people have these viruses in their head that tells them, oh, I'm not good enough, that tells them different things. Oh, I talk too much. Oh, I'm too timid. Oh, I'm introvert, so I can't do anything. Or, oh, I'm not perfect enough. I'm not clean enough. Different things in your mind. I'm not a good mother. I can't speak well. I want to tell you a story about myself. I did a job. I applied to some jobs a few years ago, about 6, 4 companies called me. I did all the interviews. 3 gave me an offer. Eventually, I picked one. But as I was starting, I was telling my husband, I said, that God, I'm so nervous. What if my accent? What if they say this? My husband said, girl, you went for 4 interviews, you got 3 offers. That accent that you have, that you are thinking is a limiting factor, is what got you that job. So many of us have limiting beliefs in ourselves. I'm not big enough. I'm not slim enough. I'm not perfect enough. I don't walk right enough. You have to have unshakable confidence. And that is by having your own self-worth. The other thing is to stop seeking validation. So the thing about confidence is that we have both internal and external validation in us. Internal is that you validate yourself of who you are. You feel good about yourself. You feel good about what you're doing, about your skills, your accomplishments, and you stand behind your choices when you make them. And then we have what we call external validation. Now, you seek permission from other people. In the world of today, many people seek external validation, where you make a post and you're looking for the likes. How many likes do I have? How many heart shapes do I have? You want to do something, you seek permission from people. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? In today's world, that is how it is. We love compliments from people. We love compliments from our children, our spouses, our partners. We just like to do that. Or we even have a decision, but we go to our boss and say, what do you think about this? Every decision we go. And yes, there's nothing wrong with compliments. Yes, there's nothing wrong with seeing those likes. Yes, there's nothing wrong with asking people what they feel about certain things. But leadership is about taking charge and relying on your own internal validation. You have to take responsibility for who you are. Now, knowing that what you are best at is very important, right? So we have to stop seeking validation from other people.
Belief doesn't just happen because you hang something up on a wall. All right? It comes from in here, and up here, down here. Only problem is we all got so much junk floating through us. A lot of times we end up getting in our own way. Oh man, to believe in yourself, to believe in one another, man, that's fundamental to being alive. And look, hey, if you can do that, if each of you can truly do that, can't nobody rip that apart.
That's just a quote telling his people that belief doesn't just happen. It comes from here, it comes from here. Even if you have all the vision board and your goals set out, and you don't have the belief in yourself here and here, you are not going anywhere. You're not going to achieve anything. So we have to take responsibility, right? We should not play the blame game. We should not blame the economy. We should not blame the system. We should not strip away our self-worth by blaming different things. What should we do? Leave excuses. Learn to live in the new normal. During the COVID, many people lost their jobs, many people fell sick, many people lost some loved ones. But guess what? So many people also thrived in that COVID. So many good things happened from that. So in every situation, we have to live the new normal. Now, the second thing is to give up people pleasing. Stop seeking external validation. I do it. I'm a relational person. I'm a people-pleasing person. I'm just trying to recover from that. So we're all in this together. Now, you have to give up your people-pleasing, okay? This is how you know that you're people-pleasing. You seek other people's... Hold on, I think I must have clicked. Okay, so you seek other people's approval even when you know what to do. You also constantly apologize for things even when you are not at fault. Oh, I'm so sorry, right? when you get somewhere late, even early, and something happens, so I'm so sorry. No, it's not all the time you say you're so sorry. Okay? And also you are quick to agree and conform to things. You're quick to, oh yes, I agree. And even when you agree, you tell them the reason why you agree. Okay? So I do that at times. Oh yeah, I agree. Then I'll think about the reason and I say it, even when I don't fully agree. And you give reasons to do that. And many people do this to gain likes. Many people do this to get a positive response, a positive support. Many people just do it to even gain sympathy from people. Now, it is hard to be authentic when you are people pleasing. So you have to really, really, really ditch that. You say and do things just to gain people's approval. And after you do that, what you feel anxious. And say, that's not really what I want. Why am I saying yes? Why am I doing this? Or you give too much of yourself. You give here, you give there, you give to everybody, go the extra mile to please people. Why? You just want to gain people's approval. You want to give the approval of others. You give 150% of yourself where you have only 100%. Then you get burnt out. You get anxious. You get upset in your closet. Why? You want to gain sympathy. You want to gain love. You want to get support from people. You want to gain partnerships of other people by just pleasing them. To get out of the people pile, you have to be able to be a person that gets your validation from who you are, from yourself, your identity. So you have to know your identity and you have to own it. You have to recognize your gifts. You have to recognize the wisdom God has given you, the vision, and your why. It's important. So another thing you have to do is to embrace your fear. Embrace your fear and expand your faith. Now, don't let your fear stop you. Many people have fears for different reasons. Fear of rejection, fear of people criticizing you, fear of people laughing at you. Some people are even perfectionists, Sometimes, like myself, I just want everything to be okay, to be normal. But sometimes everything cannot be all set. And I read in a book that says, just do it. And excuse my bad language, say that just do that shit. Just do it. Don't wait for other people. Do it being fearful. Do it anyway. And take up the confidence of God. Many a times when I'm feeling that, I'll just say, I have the strength of God in me. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. I have God to encourage me, to help me. I'm just going to do it. So know that somebody out there needs you. Whatever your talent is, whatever your vision is, whatever your why is, somebody out there needs you. So say to yourself today, somebody out there needs me. Please say it out there and write in the chat. Write in the chat and say, somebody out there needs me. And most importantly, say, I like myself. I like the real me. Now, unfortunately, this is not playing again. This is the first video I did ever. And this is what the first I did, and it was my children that actually encouraged me and said that, hey, Mom, you can do it. Just get out there and do your first video. And so that is me. And this is me today. Then I had 0 follower. And then within a week, I had 100 and it grew. Wow. So be intentional. I have a story. Be intentional and begin with the end in mind. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Who do you want to become in 5 years? Or better still, how do you want to feel at the end of 2024, this year? When December 31st comes, how do you want to feel? Fulfilled? Achieved? Successful? Someone that has maximized their potential and existence? So always begin with the end in mind because it keeps you focused. I have Will Smith here. And there was this story where a person wanted to interview him and they went to his house. He was about to do this film in pursuit of happiness, and he had all those cards everywhere on his wall. And the person was like, why do you have all those cards, all these 5x7 cards everywhere? And they were all in different places. And how do you even remember what to say? And he kept moving things together, moving it, shifting how the story would go. And said, how do you even know what to do? He said, oh, that's easy. All I have to do is to arrange all the parts with the end in mind. So the end of the story is clear, but there are a lot of moving parts and moving scripts. And all he did was just to arrange them till it was perfect, but to lead to the final end of that story. So I want to encourage us today. As leaders, we have to keep the end in mind because it keeps us focused. We have to be an initiator and be intentional about our growth. We have to be intentional about where we want to go. Initiate conversations, initiate actions, initiate connections. Don't wait for things to happen to you. Make things happen. The third thing is be consistent. Be consistent in taking action daily towards your vision. Consistency, we know, compounds. Everything you do every day compounds. So you have to be consistent. You have to go from good intention towards good action. No success happens without taking action. In fact, if you have intentions and you don't take action, it's just a dream. It's just a dream, and some people even say hallucination. So I had this, but it's not going to play, so I'm going to move forward. And the other thing is to be flexible. We need to be flexible in what we are doing. And that's the new language of normal. Now we have AI, now we have virtual meetings. We have a lot of things that are changing. Adaptability is key to being out of the box, to remove yourself from the purple pile. You have to be able to learn new skills. You have to adapt to the new normal. You don't just say, oh, I'm using Excel or Word documents and I can't just learn anything new. You have to learn it. You have to learn the ChatGPT. You have to learn what can you like today. I was trying to learn something new by putting videos in my PowerPoint because I learned it recently, right? But apparently when you are recording this way, it might not be playing. So yes, I'm going to go back and relearn it. And that's what creativity is all about, right? Be in the moment, be creative. Look at what can I do? There's always a solution to a problem. But guess what? There are always more than one solution, more than different way of doing things. So what are you aiming at in your life right now? What are you known for? Who do you want to be? Why are you existing? There are different ways in which you can reach that your destination. Don't stay in one place and feel stuck. No, you have to be able to look at it and be in the moment. We see what we are looking for. Always take opportunities of every moment. And I'm going to share something recently that was just a wow to me. And she's here, but she wouldn't know I'm going to share it. I'm always sharing her stories. So recently, there were some people that came to do a job for her, some masons, and one person didn't do it well. One group of company didn't do it well. And she called another company, which came, and they eventually did a very good job. But there was communication gap between them. They were not communicating effectively. And she was like, I noticed that this is happening in your company. And she took the moment, would you like me to train you on communication? They were wowed because what? You saw the gap and provided a solution. And that's what Apple does every day. That's what all this company does. That's what Coca-Cola does. They create new brands, new Fanta, new Ginger, new everything. And then they look at it, what are people seeking for? Even as Zoom now has AI mode in it. What are people looking for? Always be in the moment. Many people right now that are listening to me, some are on their phones doing something else, some are watching something else, some are multitasking. But are you in the moment? Are you taking advantage? Are you being creative? Are you being active? Are you being helpful even in that moment of yours? So the other thing is have a solid development plan. You need to have a personal development plan, a career plan, a business plan, a communication plan, a relationship plan. You need to have that. To maximize your existence and get out of people power, you have to have solid growth plan. This will give you clarity on the next steps. So imagine one day you are coming out of your house into your beautiful car. You start the engine and it's working. You put on the AC or the heater and it's all doing well and everything is just good and all your children are in the car. Or if you don't have children, you are in the car. And then it's pouring down and pouring and you're like, oh, that's fine. I have everything all set. And then you're about to move and the wiper is not working. We all know you are not going anywhere because you don't have any clear vision. And that's how it is. When you don't have a plan and you don't write down that plan, you don't have a clear vision. You are not going anywhere. You know what to do, you know where you're going, but if there's no plan, there will be no clarity. So you need to have clarity to exceed expectation. You have to do more than other people would do. You have to go beyond average. You have to have a plan for your life and be intentional. You have to have confidence in developing the network that you have, and that's having that network development, relationship development. Spiritual development is important. I'm a faith-based person, and every day I try to develop myself spiritually because that's where I feed from. Now, often people don't reach their full potential for two reasons. They don't know where they are going, they are confused, or they know, but they're unwilling to pay the price. They're unwilling to pay another price. They'll say, I've been there, I've done that, I've done all the work I'm supposed to do in life, so I'm not going anywhere again. And they stay in that box. They stay in that crowd. Now, John Maxwell said, the higher you go, the higher the price. The higher you go, the harder the price. People don't often reach their full potential, not because they lacked opportunity or because they lack time, but they're unwilling to pay the price. They're unwilling to pay the price of time. They're willing to pay the price of money. They're willing to pay the price of courage or action or even learning. People don't get out of the people pile by accidents. Growth and success takes being intentional. Do you want to grow today? Where do you want to grow to? A question I ask is that, for instance, what are you reading today? What are you learning daily as a leader? What are you applying? What are you changing? What are you even teaching? Without intentional growth, you are more likely to be in the survival or stability mode. Now, previously we spoke about potential, and I asked, what is potential to you? We spoke about success, hope, capability, perfection. But what about unfulfilled potential? Not reaching your potential is like dying with music inside of you. To maximize your existence and be the person of significance and be outstanding, you must grow. And you must be intentional about it. You must go from success towards significance. Now, my goal really after this is to help you to learn how to grow. My goal is to help you to be a person of significance and a person of legacy, to develop the right attitude and to grow and learn about your strengths, learn about the gaps, tap into your passion, and help you to be all that you can be. Now I have good news. I'm holding a leadership growth training, which is the first season, and this will be in April. This is a $499 training, but I'm giving it free because it is my birthday in April. I share many people that their birthdays are also in April. But I'm going to give it free for the first 10 to 15 people that are going to register. This is the code here. You can use your phone to scan this code. Scan the code and register for that training. It's going to be 4 Saturdays, April 6 to 27, just 90 minutes each weekly. And I'll be talking about growth. It will be a growth training just to help everybody understand who they are, what their skills are, and how they can grow to expand their leadership and also to be able to maximize their existence. Now, when people were registering, many people spoke about, hey, I would like to learn about communication because they know me as a communication expert as well. But I have, I got permission just before this meeting from Dr. Bisi Oshikolu. She'll be holding a communication to win mastermind as well. Is a training. It's going to be from April 5th to 26th. It's going to be weekly. It starts on Friday. This is the link. Now she's only going to take just 15 people. Just 15. And when those slots are reached, no other person is going to go in. So if you want to copy this, you may. You can screenshot it and then use that link to log in later. So thank you so much for listening. It's just been a pleasure being here. And I'll be taking any questions from now on. Please ask me any questions and I'm happy to answer.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank
Please,
you.
can you show I don't know if you're sending the QR code by email or if it's only going to be shown here, because I'm actually using my phone, so it's very tiny over here.
I would send it to everybody. I'll send it. Thank you for letting me know that. Yeah, that's very helpful. Thank you, Dr. Kevin. Yeah. Okay, any other questions? Or can you share your leadership journey? For instance, Ima spoke about this is who I am, this is what I'm known for, this is what I want to be known for. Can anybody unmute and just say, hey, this is me, but this is what I want to be known for? Would you be able to say that? Who would like to share? What do you want to be known for?
Hi, Dr. Ayo. Thank you for this great presentation. It was really awesome. I learned a lot. I want to ask a question about just what you asked us to state. So I'm a physician. A lot of people come to me for advice and ask them, they'll tell me things that's going on with them. So this is where I am now, but I want to be known as someone who inspires others and who is, instead of just being able to do that well and doing it professionally, how do I move from where I am, where I feel as if I'm just giving curbside, so to speak, as we say in medicine, curbside advice, to developing this into something that I'm doing on a professional level?
Thank you. That is a beautiful question. And I know it will be on many people's mind as well. And this takes intentionality, it takes growth. It takes you to take action. I like the fact that you know where you are and you're like, okay, where is the next? What is the next thing? Where should I be next? I'm a person that encourages people and I want to continue in that line so that I'm known for this. You can't do it accidentally. You want to make sure that it's no longer like by the roadside, but in a professional way. That takes skill and learning. So for instance, I've always been a person that likes to talk. I'm good at communication, but I needed to take my communication to the next level. I wanted to communicate professionally to people and then get paid for it. And then I joined the John Maxwell leadership team, where we were taught to be coaches, trainers, and speakers. And we're given the formula of how to do it. We're given tools of what to do. We're given resources. And that's why people like us that have trained and acquired that, for instance, John Maxwell has spent over 6,000 in investments. So if you want to be better, you have to invest in yourself. And some people will give things even for free to help other people service. And that's why we're doing this growth training, for instance. That's why you're doing the communication training that you're doing to say, How can I help you to communicate better? How can I help you to connect with people? How can I help you to help your business to be better? You had to even go through training to do that. So my answer to that question is adding on the skills you need to get you to the next level. And that's really getting out of the people pile. What are you learning? What are you reading? Some people want to become better at their finances. Do you have financial books you are reading? Some people want to get better at their relationship. Do you have mentors? Do you have things you are reading about getting better with it? Some people want to be filled spiritually. Are you among people that have the same values as you are, that fit into your spirituality? Are you reading your Bible? Are you reading your book of faith, whatever faith you are in? So for you to grow, you need to be intentional. You need to learn. And not just learn, like some people listen to podcasts from today to tomorrow. I do it sometimes. But how are you applying it? Are you applying what you read? How are you reflecting and say that, how can I apply this to change where I am to the next level? Then teaching it, telling somebody else, writing it down is important. That way, whatever you learn, you're able to apply and it sticks. What I learned recently is learn a little, do a little. Learn a little, do a little, because what? Consistency compounds. So thank you for that awesome question. I hope all of us picked out from that. Yeah. So any other person? So fantastic. I'm so happy that we've all gained a lot from this. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate you taking out of your time to be here. You are highly valued. You're highly treasured. I look forward to seeing you at the other side at the training. Please join me. I would like to add value to you. So thank you and God bless. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
Yeah,
you so
thank you,
much.
Chinwe. Thank you, Fumilayinka. Thank you, Tolu.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
my darling
That was
husband who
fantastic.
joined. Thank you, Lushala. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you so
Kemi.
much. That was
Thank
wonderful.
you, Ruti Ashafa.
Yeah,
Thank you
thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you.
Thank
Ayo,
you.
thank
Appreciate
you. Well
Bye.
done.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Sister Ayo.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fantastic outing there. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.